Please adhere to YouTube's selected guidelines before viewing the content of this video. I do not encourage or condone any products, actions, or behaviors shown in this video. All videos are produced in a safe, professional, and controlled environment. Please do not attempt to replicate any actions performed during the video. All actions are performed by professionals.
Alrighty, so yesterday I bought something amazing. I bought a jumbo-sized crack lighter for 80 pesos or about $4 USD. I am so happy to, have bought one of these because, I have honestly been wanting a jumbo-sized lighter for years, and I'm so glad to have finally found one here on my trip in Mexico. You know what I'm saying? This lighter is insanely ridiculous, and as such, I'm just so excited to not only show it off, but to also give you guys a full review today. Today, first off though, before I go and hop into the review and everything like that, I want to go ahead and just tell you guys why I am so excited to have a jumbo-sized crack lighter with me today. You know what I'm saying? After that, I'm going to go ahead and hop into all the details of the lighter and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? And then after I go over all the details, tell you guys about the quality of this lighter and everything like that kind of thing, I'm going to go ahead and get one of my Chesterfield Remix Passion cigarettes all lit up and go ahead and let you guys know if a jumbo-sized crack lighter is actually any good at, lighting cigarettes. You know what I'm saying? I do think without further ado though, it is now time for me to go ahead and tell you guys why I've wanted a jumbo lighter for years. And honestly, the reason is pretty simple. It's a comically large lighter. It's so funny. I mean, look at how big this thing is kind of thing. Look at how big it is. I mean, this is my Bic lighter right here kind of thing. This is a normal, average size Bic lighter. This is not a Bic Mini. This is not a Bic Slim Flick. This is not an easy reach Bic or anything like that kind of thing. This is just a normal, original Bic lighter. And here's the comically large crack lighter. It's huge. It's huge. It's massive. That's what she said. But I mean, it's huge. It's massive. I cannot believe this. I absolutely cannot believe this. I mean, look at how big it is. You know what I'm saying? It really is comically large. I mean, it's just about as big as my hand. That is just absolutely huge. You know what I'm saying? It's just, that's what she said. You know what I'm saying? That's what she said. But this lighter is absolutely massive. And honestly, that really is the reason why I wanted this lighter, just because it's so comically large. You know what I'm saying? I think it's hilarious to just light a normal, it's bigger than my cigarette pack. My lighter is, you cannot fit this lighter in a cigarette pack kind of thing. It is that big, you know what I'm saying? It is that big. I'd like to see the cigarette pack that this lighter can fit in, you know what I'm saying? That is for sure, you know what I'm saying? That is for sure. And no, that's not a euphemism. But overall though, this lighter is just so huge. It really is just comically large, you know what I'm saying? And as such, I'm just so happy to have it, because I just think that having a comically large lighter is just so funny, you know what I'm saying? But now that I've gone ahead and told you guys why I wanted to pick up this lighter and why I wanted to purchase this lighter overall, you know what I'm saying? I do think without further ado, it is now time for me to actually go ahead and start the review of, the 80 peso 4 USD comically large, jumbo-sized crack lighter from Mexico, you know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and actually start the review. And honestly, it's pretty much just a crack lighter, but jumbo-sized, you know what I'm saying? As said, it is so much bigger. It's probably about 2.5 times the size of my Bic lighter I get a plan. So it's 2.5 times the size of a normal crack lighter. And honestly, it pretty much just looks like a crack lighter. Pretty much everything is upscaled kind of thing. We can see the tank right here is just a normal, clear, sort of green, looks very much like a crack lighter kind of thing. This is very much just upscaled kind of thing. Pretty much just looks like a bigger version of crack lighter. The actual mounting for the flame and everything like that kind of thing just looks like a bigger version of crack lighter. The actual gas thing right here kind of thing got some dots on the top and everything right there kind of thing. Flips up a little bit low quality, but it is also a jumbo-sized crack lighter, so they got to keep that crack lighter quality going, you know what I'm saying? And that's about accurate, you know what I'm saying? This is upsized as well kind of thing. This whole metal piece right here kind of thing is all upsized as well. The actual flick bit for making the flame bigger and smaller, that's upsized as well, you know what I'm saying? Honestly, what's funny, that the only thing that really isn't upsized is, the warning label right here, which I'll read off in just a minute, and the actual striker, you know what I'm saying? The actual, what makes the spark and everything like that kind of thing, that's not really upsized. It's actually really, it is a little bit upsized, don't get me wrong, but comparing it to my Bic, it's actually almost about the same size kind of thing. It's really not all that much bigger. So I find it so funny that they still wanted to use just the standard part for the actual flints and everything like that kind of thing. I guess it was just too expensive for them to make custom flints and everything like that kind of thing, or they just figured it doesn't really matter all that much. But in all honesty, it is just absolutely hilarious. But now, as said, I'm going to go ahead and cover the only other part that they did not upscale, which is, the warning label right here, which honestly looks to be about the same size as, every other warning label on, a crack lighter, you know what I'm saying? Which honestly, I do find it amusing. I bought this here in Mexico, but the warning label is not in Spanish at all. It's all in English, you know what I'm saying? We could just see warning, keep away from children. It just says ignite lighter away from clothing and face. Be sure flame is out after use. Contains flammable gas under under pressure, never puncture, put in fire, or exposed to heat above 120 Fahrenheit or 49 Celsius, or to prolonged sunlight. Do not keep continually lit for more than 30 seconds. And it just says production date code 10BA. And then it just says right after that, it just says made in China. And then there's just a little bit of a barcode right here, you know what I'm saying? Now, honestly, that really is the only details on here that really have not been upscaled kind of thing. Those really are the only details, as I said, that have not been upscaled. Just the striker wheel right here and the actual warning label right here. All the other details on this lighter really have been upscaled. The little tab right here kind of thing, and we can see just like a little tab right here as well on the actual Bic lighter right here, just that little tab right there, that's been upscaled. The actual name on the side right here, it just says Techno Torch. Never heard of that brand or anything like that kind of thing, but I'm assuming Techno Torch, and it's copyrighted as well, is the brand that did indeed make this jumbo lighter. Never heard of that brand before, as said though, but that text is just all upscaled as well. We can see the little vent ports right here upscaled, and as said, pretty much everything about this lighter is pretty much just, well, an upscaled crack lighter. Now, what about the quality of this lighter? Is this lighter good quality? In all honesty, it's pretty good quality. I would actually say it's the same as a normal crack lighter, if not better, because, well, the plastic right here is thicker, you know what I'm saying? The plastic right here is a lot thicker. Sadly, I cannot refill this or anything like that. So once this is gone, it's gonna be gone, you know what I'm saying? But overall, though, certainly no complaints on my behalf. I mean, like, it was only $4. I really have no complaints, you know what I'm saying? This is cheaper than a D-Jeep in all honesty, and also a lot more ergonomic than a D-Jeep as well. So certainly no complaints on my behalf. Overall, though, the quality of this lighter is certainly pretty spot on. I gotta plan, so it's certainly pretty spot on. Certainly not as good as a Bic lighter in my personal opinion. And don't get me wrong, I do think if I drop this from like hand level or something like that, I do actually think that this would break, because this is also about probably three times the weight of my Bic lighter. My Bic lighter, if you drop it from like about 5 feet or something like that kind of thing, about where I would like be lighting a cigarette and everything like that kind of thing, about at 5 feet, it's gonna be okay. I've done that multiple times. My Bic lighter has always been okay. If I drop this lighter, on the other hand, I really do think it might actually just pop like a normal crack lighter if you just throw it at the ground kind of thing and try to pop it. I definitely do think that that will happen with this lighter if I drop it from 5 feet, just because it's so much heavier, and even with the thicker plastic and everything like that kind of thing, I do definitely think that this lighter will be a lot more fragile. But now that I've covered how the lighter looks and everything like that kind of thing, I do think without further ado, it is now time for me to go ahead and test the flame, go ahead and let you guys know what the biggest flame looks like, what the smallest flame looks like, and then after that, it's time for me to go ahead and, well, get one of my Chesterfield Remix Passion cigarettes all lit up with the flame off of this, well, jumbo-sized crack lighter, you know what I'm saying, and go ahead and let you guys know, well, how a jumbo-sized crack lighter actually is at, well, lighting cigarettes, you know what I'm saying. I do think without further ado, though, it is now time for me to go ahead and test the flame and let you guys know how easily it sparks up and everything like that. So first off, I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the minimum setting right there. This moves around very, very easily, you know what I'm saying. Certainly no complaints on my behalf. And let's just go ahead and test the minimum flame real quick. So there we go. I'm just gonna go and spark it. And the minimum flame, not too bad, you know what I'm saying, not too bad. Here's my Bic lighter next to it. It's definitely just a little bit smaller than my Bic lighter flame in my personal opinion, just a little bit smaller kind of thing. Not too bad of a size though. And let's go ahead and just bump it up all the way to the max. So it's all the way up the max kind of thing. Let's go ahead and just light my Bic for a comparison. So there's my comparison flame. Look at how big that is. That's huge. Not only is the actual lighter itself jumbo-sized, the flame of the lighter is jumbo-sized as well. I love seeing that, you know what I'm saying? I love seeing that. Definitely when I first lit this, after buying this lighter kind of thing, and I saw that the flame itself was jumbo-sized, because in all honesty, I was expecting the flame to be like maybe this tall kind of thing. I was not expecting it to be very big. I was certainly not expecting it to be very big. Get my words all jumbled up just a little bit, but when I saw that the flame itself was actually jumbo-sized, I was so excited, and I was like, all right, this was totally worth the $4 I just spent, the 80 pesos that I just spent. This cost more than a pack of cigarettes here I got a plan to sell, which is honestly just absolutely hilarious. This was totally worth the $4, and I'm so glad that I bought it. But I have not lit a cigarette with, well, this yet. So, I do think without further ado, it is now time for me to go ahead and get one of my Chesterfield Remix Passion cigarettes all out, go ahead and get it lit up with, well, my jumbo-sized crack lighter, and go ahead and let you guys know how well a jumbo-sized crack lighter actually is at, well, lighting a cigarette. I do think without further ado, though, let's go ahead and get this lit up. Yes, sir, yes, sir, no, I'm saying, no, I'm saying. Overall, seems like it works just as well as any other lighter, in all honesty, if not being easier, because, I mean, like, Look at that flame. That flame is huge. That just makes it so easy to light, you know what I'm saying? Certainly no complaints on my behalf. Really, my only complaints about this lighter are that, well, it's not very ergonomic, but in all honesty, this is a gimmick kind of thing. This is a gimmick. It's a comically large lighter. It's not supposed to be ergonomic, but compared to like my big lighter or something like that kind of thing, I mean, like, just fits so easily in my hand, just light it like that kind of thing. So used to lighting it, so easy, you know what I'm saying? Compared to this kind of thing, I'm like, I've literally got to wrap my entire hand around the lighter, put my thumb up here, and then light it like that kind of thing. It's just not ergonomic. It's not super comfy, although I will admit somehow it's still more comfy than the D-Jeep. The D-Jeep really just does not fit in my hand at all. I get a plan, so this is still more comfy than using a D-Jeep to light my cigarettes, which is honestly absolutely hilarious to me. Now, if you do leave the flame going for a little bit, the metal does indeed heat up just like, well, a normal Bic lighter and everything like that kind of thing. No really big surprise. The flame is jumbo sized as well, so it makes sense why the metal on the outside of this would heat up as well. But overall, really no complaints on my behalf. The quality is definitely on par, especially for the price kind of thing. For being $4 for a gimmick kind of thing, I was not expecting this, excuse me, to be really good quality or anything like that kind of thing. But it honestly is pretty good quality overall. It's got a big flame kind of thing. You've got the flame adjustment. It's pretty good quality, as said kind of thing. Really, the only downsides I can see to this are that it doesn't really fit in your pocket very well, but that's kind of the gimmick of the and that it's not very ergonomic, but that's also kind of part of the gimmick, you know what I'm saying? So I really do have no complaints on my behalf, and I'm just so happy to, well, have bought a comically large, well, crack lighter I get to play on. So, man, I gotta use this to smoke some crack, you know what I'm saying? It honestly is just the funniest thing in the world. I'm definitely gonna have to be taking this out in, like, where I live in the city and everything like that kind of thing, just walking down the street and everything like that, and just to be like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and get a cigarette lit up, get the cigarette in my mouth, and then just take my lighter out of my pocket and just light my cigarette with this, just see if I can get any funny reactions or anything like that. That certainly would be absolutely hilarious. I might have to see if I can go do that on my own. That certainly does sound like something fun to do on a nice Friday night or something like that, you know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm not going drinking, I'm not going to the bar, I'm lighting my cigarettes with the jumbo size crack lighter, you know what I'm saying? Honestly though, I'm so happy to have bought this lighter. I literally walked away from the stand, walked about a minute down the road, and I was like, you know, I just really don't feel like it's worth the price kind of thing. It's 80 pesos. I really don't know if it's worth it. And then I was just like, you know what? I've wanted a jumbo size crack lighter for years. I've been, no joke, I was looking on eBay like last year, the year before last kind of thing, at jumbo size crack lighters on eBay, and I was like, I could totally buy one of these, but it's eBay. Who knows if it's even going to show up kind of thing. The guy doesn't really have the best reviews, but this is the only jumbo size crack lighter that actually has any reviews at all. I get to play on stuff, so I was just like, nah, I'm just not going to buy it. And then the listing got removed, and I was a little bit bummed. And then I saw this and I was like, okay, I don't know if I'm gonna buy this. And then I remembered, I was looking for these on eBay. And then now I have the opportunity to buy it in person. Of course I gotta buy it in person, you know what I'm saying? No complaints on my behalf. I'm so happy to have bought, well, a jumbo size crack lighter. It looks so ridiculous. It really just looks so ridiculous. I love it. I absolutely love it. It really is probably one of my favorite smoking gimmicks, smoking gadgets, smoking joke pieces that I've ever bought, to get to be honest, y'all. Certainly, no complaints on my behalf. I'm gonna go and crush a crush ball though. Let's see, I'm gonna go and do that right there. Smart move to do it in the ashtray because, well, some of my ash fell out, you know what I'm saying? Get myself a nice passion fruit flavored cigarette. Ooh, that is very good, you know what I'm saying? Certainly no complaints on my behalf overall though, but man, oh man, this cigarette is certainly pretty good. This lighter is pretty good as well, but what is the rating I am thinking overall for, well, this lighter right here? Of course, since I'm doing a review of this lighter, even though it's not really a real lighter I'd use realistically in the long term and everything like that kind of thing, this is gonna sit on my shelf. I'm gonna take it out when I'm like hanging out with friends and everything like that kind of thing, just for some laughs and everything like that. But what is the rating I'm thinking for this lighter nonetheless, even though, well, it's just kind of a gimmick, you know what I'm saying? What is the rating I'm thinking for, well, the $4 jumbo size crack lighter from Mexico? The rating I'm thinking is going to be a 10 out of 10. Now, I don't know if I'm actually thinking a 10 out of 10 kind of thing. There are some things that obviously it's kind of missing kind of thing. It's not the best quality thing in the world. You can't, of course, see the fluid and everything like that. It's good quality overall. It's got a really big flame. It's not the most ergonomic, though. You can't really fit in your pocket. It's not really meant to be used as a real lighter. This really is a desktop lighter, in my personal opinion, at least. But overall, honestly, I might not be giving it a 10 out of 10, but I think I might give it a 9 out of 10. And really the only reason I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10 is that I wish it was refillable. I wish I could refill this lighter kind of thing. If I could refill this lighter, it really would be a 10 out of 10 gimmick for me, because then I can use up the entire flame smoking with it and everything like that kind of thing. And then I can refill it again. That would be amazing. But sadly, you cannot refill this lighter or anything like that kind of thing. This is definitely not a jumbo sized clipper. Although in all honesty, if I ever find a jumbo sized clipper, y'all already know I'm buying that as well, you know what I'm saying? But a 9 out of 10 for, well, the jumbo sized crack lighter from Mexico, you know what I'm saying? Certainly certainly no complaints on my behalf. 80 pesos was a steal, especially since on eBay, when I was looking at jumbo size lighters and everything like that kind of thing, I want to say they were like $6.50 a pop. So I got this for $2.50 off. No complaints on my behalf, you know what I'm saying? That was a couple years ago. They'd probably be more now, you know what I'm saying? Like $2.50 off, no complaints on my behalf, you know what I'm saying? Certainly a good ass deal, that is for sure. Man, oh man, though. This is certainly a good cigarette, though, and I certainly am feeling a little bit buzzed. No complaints on my behalf, you know what I'm saying? No complaints on my behalf, that is for sure, though. But overall, though, as I'm sure you guys can tell, I'm just so happy to finally have a jumbo size lighter. I think it's so hilarious, you know what I'm saying? And honestly, I'm just so happy to have a jumbo size lighter. It just looks so ridiculous. Y'all already know me, had to get a little bit of a screenshot, you know what I'm saying? Had to get a little bit of a screenshot. But overall though, this cigarette is amazing. This lighter is amazing. As said, a solid 9 out of 10. One of the best ratings I've ever given a lighter before. But I certainly do hope you guys have enjoyed the video, and I do think without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and finish off the cigarette and go ahead and finish off this video right here. I don't really think I have too much else to say about the jumbo size crack lighter, so as such, I'm gonna go and finish off the cigarette and go ahead and finish off the video. Yes sir, you know what I'm saying? And man, I'm glad that leaf blower didn't start when I was actually doing the review and everything like that kind of thing. But it's getting pretty rough, you know what I'm saying? So I do think without further ado, I'm just gonna go ahead and dump this in my ashtray right there, you know what I'm saying? Make sure it ain't catching none of my other butts on fire or nothing like that. It's all good, you know what I'm saying? And I do think without further ado, I'm gonna go and end the jumbo size crack lighter review right here, you know what I'm saying? Thank you very much for watching my review of, well, the 80 peso 4 USD jumbo size crack lighter from Mexico, you know what I'm saying? Thank you very much for watching my review of this lighter. I am most certainly taking this back to the United States with me. It's such a hilarious gimmick, and I certainly hope that TSA doesn't take this. I'm going to be pissed if TSA takes this. And it's going to be quite the disappointment, I gotta believe. So it's going to be quite the disappointment, but now I have proof that I did indeed once own, well, a jumbo-sized crack lighter, you know what I'm saying? Gotta smoke some jumbo-sized crack with this, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe just a jumbo-sized cigarette. That certainly would be pretty hilarious. But I do think without further ado, I'm gonna go and end the video right here. Thank you very much for watching my review of, well, the jumbo-sized crack lighter from Mexico. If you guys enjoyed watching this review, or if you guys just enjoyed the video as a whole, of course, please make sure to, well, like and subscribe for more content. I have my Instagram, my book, my merch, my P.O. box, my second channel, all in the description down below. You know what I'm saying? No complaints on my behalf. But yeah, go check all that out if you guys are interested. And until the next one, y'all, stay safe and peace and have a great one. I'm just so glad to have one of these lighters, as I'm sure you guys can tell, and I certainly hope you guys found this video very funny. But until the next one, y'all, as said, like, subscribe, check out everything in the description down below. Until the next one, y'all, stay safe and peace and have a great one. Yes sir, you know what I'm saying?